I just want to talk about this article really quick. I find it a little bit interesting because it really is. Yeah, I'll explain. I'll explain. So, tigers, zebras, and other stuffed animals will get new homes after health concerns kept them hidden. Um, Dozens of taxidermy animals will move to new homes after concerns about arsenic exposure forced the closure of the South Dakota Museum, where they had been displayed for decades, which is this picture, 2025 February, Delbridge Museum of Natural History in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So, like, a real, like, state funded, you know, museum. I think museums are state funded. Um, then, anyway, so yeah. So they're forced to close it because of arsenic exposure concerns. And then they closed in August 2023 after testing showed potential hazard levels present in 80% of the taxidermied specimens in the Brockhouse collection. And then the decision had raised concerns that 152 specimens, some dating back all the way to the 1940s, should and would no longer be displayed. But after a search, they unanimously approved a resolution where none of them would be destroyed, which is great. We love that. None of them are going to be destroyed. Uh, but after a search, their resolution was to donate the mounts to several institutions. They decided under the deal 117 specimens would go to the University of Notre Dame, uh, Museum of Biodiversity, 33 to the Atlanta-based Oddities Museum, Inc., and 2 to the Institution for National History Arts, Inc. in New Jersey. Um, Now that's all amazing. That all sounds great, But then the move ensures that none of the collection will be disposed of, and all of the items will be put to good use by reputable natural history institutions, which is great. But the arsenic does not mean that animals can't be displayed with proper measures in places, said Denise DiPaolo, the zoo's marketing director. The museum doesn't have sufficient barriers. The museum doesn't have sufficient barriers to keep people from touching the specimens, which became a liability issue. So instead of donate 152 specimens that the people of your state came to see, that tourists would come to see, you decide to send them off to institutions, universities they have to pay to study at. Um, Instead of just put it into your budget to make some barriers, you decide to instead of put up some glass walls, some sturdy glass walls, so you could continue to show your 152 specimens. You give them off to institutions that make people pay to study there. I mean, I guess if that's how you want to do it, but anyway, the mounts recipients will display the animals where they can't be touched. Exactly what the museum could have done, in 2023. So people could have came to the museum and studied and saw all of that. Likely behind glass. Really? Almost as if I just said that. And have experts and equipment to care for the aging taxidermy, DiPaolo said. Sioux Falls businessman and hunter Henry Brockhouse built and displayed the animal collection for years in his hardware store until he died in 1978. Okay. So that's why it's called the Brockhouse collection. For years in his hardware store until he died in 1978. Subsequent owners donated the collection to the city, which displayed the mini yard at the museum for nearly 40 years. After testing revealed the arsenic, the museum was closed until officials could sort out the collection's future, which included passing state legislation last year to help. Really interesting. Some residents were upset about the irreplaceable collection leaving their town. Councilmember Kurt Soul said there is no path forward to keep it in Six Falls. Pains me to say that. It's going to be sad for me to let that go. It is sad. I don't even live anywhere near South Dakota. I've never been to South Dakota. I've never been to this museum. But it couldn't have been that hard to put up some glass walls for the generations of people that came to your museum to see that collection. I don't know. I think it's kind of foolish. They should have just put up walls. Comment what you think. Make sure you leave a like, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys next time.